I'm Josiah Zukowski. I am the president of MW Design Workshop. I haven't shown my face a whole lot on this platform. We've been a little bit more behind the scenes, my father and I. I figured it'd be a good time to kind of explain a little bit of what's going on and who we are here at MW. So in 1985, we were incorporated. That's when my dad sold his Les Paul guitar and bought a bunch of tools and set out for himself to go and make a living. Over the years, we kind of morphed from doing siding and general finish carpentry to focusing on stairs, and that's the MW I grew up in. We used to be known as Master Woodworks, and over the years, we started adding more metal and glass and other elements into what we do, and so in 2018, we did a formal name change from Master Woodworks to MW Design Workshop to kind of reflect the more broad materials and kinds of projects that we work on. I grew up here just sweeping the floor since I was about 10. This is how I got my allowance. When I was in high school, I started officially working at Master Woodworks. I ran the lathe and made a pile, probably about 400 mahogany balusters for a big feature staircase we were working on at the time. Through college, summers, over winter breaks, I was always here. This was the job I would come back to. And once I was done with my education, I came back here for a year, and I decided after that to commit to this industry full-time and to commit myself to the company that my dad founded. On October 28th, 2024, we lost our founder and my father. It's been pretty hard since then. I had already taken on a lot of the responsibilities as the primary estimator and salesperson here at MW. So most of you who are clients have been interacting with me this whole time. Alex, my father, was already partially retired, was on his way out, but even so, his loss is very deeply felt, and I and the whole MW family, we're going to be mourning his loss for a long time. Back in 2010, when I came on full-time here, I knew that I wanted to be a part of making beautiful things in the physical world. I am really drawn to machining and metalwork and the craft of what we do here at MW. Making things and creating beauty is something that is just a part of me. It was a part of my father. It was a part of my grandfather. And I just feel so thankful that I get the chance to walk in their footsteps, and I bear the responsibility of the legacy of my father and my grandfather, not just in craft, but in leading a team of craftsmen. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. I get to work with some of the most amazing craftsmen I've ever met. These are not just my employees, they're team members and friends. Everybody here is a valued member of the team, and all of them have more skill than I do, which is, I think, the best thing I can say as an owner and a leader is that the guys who are on my team are better craftsmen than me. So looking forward to the future, MW is still focused on making our signature custom stairs and handrails. We do doors, we do architectural metalwork. We've really specialized in bringing together a lot of disparate disciplines, and that is particularly applicable in a custom stair. So the value that we really bring to our custom builder clients is that instead of needing to deal with up to 6 different subcontractors for a complex stair, where all the measurements have to line up, everything needs to come together, MW Design Workshop is set up that we can take an entire stair scope on and make sure that we handle all those headaches. Because otherwise you could be dealing with finished carpenters structural steel erectors, architectural metalwork, glass, and flooring all together. And what we do is bring all of those things together in one roof. We do the design, we do the layout, we make sure we're interacting with the structural engineers, with your framers, with the other subs on site, so that the stair can all come together, united as one really installed furniture piece. So with that, let's take a quick tour through the shop so you can kind of see what we do here at MW. So here's our conference area. So we meet here every morning as a whole team. Everybody kind of goes around the room, all 17 of us, and says what we're working on. This is also where we meet with clients and where we meet as a team about projects. We've Zoomed quite a lot with design professionals who are outside of town, or if somebody's on site, somebody's in the office, we can all get together here and look at a model in 3D in real time. It also lets us really cut down on the red line and resubmittal process for shop drawings, because in here we can all get on a Zoom, look at the model in real time, and make a lot of important design decisions really fast. If you follow me over here, you can see Brandon, our lead design engineer, is working on a project here you can kind of see. So we have 2 full-time designers, Brandon in here, Adam's in there. Almost everything we do goes through a full 3D design process where we capture the full project in SolidWorks. We've been doing quite a lot more laser 3D scanning of sites as well to ensure that our 3D model and the site fully mesh, and when we manufacture the railings or the stairs, we have a perfect fit of the site conditions and what we've made. So through this door, we'll come out into the shop. We have a whole array of hardware and work in process here on either side. This is where we keep all the hardware for each job as it comes through. We also have prototype parts that we're working on, mock-ups, proof of concepts. So all the sort of pre-process happens here, and so there's some rough looking things, but each one of these is an idea that's currently in process. Then as you come through here, we come to the heartbeat of the shop, which is our CNC. So right now we're in the process of doing a machining project that's for a client that we do a lot of parts for. Almost everything comes through the CNC. We use digital fabrication extensively, both in the wood shop and the metal shop, where we'll actually design and fully cut out a full one-to-one template of everything that we do. That's also how we make sure that our digital design, fabrication, CNC machining, all these things come together so that we have as accurate a possible fit of all the parts when we put them together. So we also do full millwork, overhead sanders, resaw, plywood press, basically a full industrial millwork shop here in this part of the building that lets us almost break down a whole tree because of all the different manufacturing needs we have when we make stairs. Because we make the stringers and the treads and so many components out of wood, we have to have industrial capability in-house because of all the custom nature of the work that we do. Here's our antique Oliver bandsaw. So this is a machine that is older than anybody who works here, and it's a machine that we really need for a lot of the specific work we do of engineering and resawing large-scale lumber. So if you come over here, you can see actually a project that all went through this saw. So back there you can see what we call a stair drum. So that's where we build the mold of the stair in our shop so that the alignment of the home and what we have in the shop fully align. So this allows us to build a stair in the shop that we know is gonna fit on site. So right now we're building a double helical freestanding stair all in white oak for Mike Riddle Construction. And you can see right here, I got 2 of my guys, Colin and August, are prepping the laminations for that glue up. So you can see here, they're getting the infill parts put together. you can see all these lambs have gone through that resaw and then been surfaced so that when we glue this all together, it'll hold that curved shape of the stair as well as encompass the treads and risers all together. So this is aesthetic and structural. So here you can see, here's the form where this structure is going to go once we are ready to glue it. In here you can see the inside stringer is already glued yesterday, so the clamps have come off. We have a lot of glue to clean up, but that's kind of part of the process. But this is what's going to be built out here, what they're currently working on. And this whole curved stair is going to basically be the curved version of this one right here, which is complete. So it's got a little bit of markup tape on there as we're getting prepped for this to do the final detail and finish. This is also a housed and wedged white oak stair, also for Mike Riddle Construction. Both of these stairs are fully shop built so that it really minimizes, like I said before, our install time, keeps us out of the other subcontractor's way, and then allows that the final product goes in later and has a lot less damage. This we call Shop 2. So back there was the industrial millworking shop. So Shop 2 is a little bit more, less specific of a shop. We have our workbenches, a lot more of our handcrafted processes happen here. The staging of the materials on the stair drum, which we just looked at. This is also where we stage the finished goods as they're getting ready to go out and get installed. And then through this door over here is Shop 3, which is the metal fab shop. When I first started full-time at MW in 2010, the metal shop was me and a little steel welding table and an old Miller wire feed welder. And in the intervening years since, we've brought on 4 full-time fabricators who are all highly skilled, way better than I ever was. And we have a full shop dedicated just to metalworks. We have in-house forging, machining, welding. We have 3 dedicated fixture tables for the large-scale format fabrications we make. That allows us to make very precise and large sub-assemblies for the staircases, entry doors, and other features that we build. If you come here, you can kind of see some of the mock-ups that we're working on right now. Each one of these elements represents a design idea that we're working on. So not only do we do it in 3D, we also do it in reality. So in SolidWorks and also back here in the shop for real, we'll mock up different ideas and vet out different concepts before we go and manufacture the real thing. If you follow me out the door, we'll continue the rest of the tour. We have our cutting area over here, 3 different saws for both ferrous and non-ferrous metals. And you can hear the compressor going on outside. We have full central air and dust collection over in the wood shop, which we'll see just in a second. That's kind of a walkthrough of the whole shop. You can kind of see we have this nice big L-shaped building. We've been here since 2017 when my dad made the decision for us to finally buy our own building. It's been just the most amazing gift to be able to have a space like this, to be able to make beautiful things. So thank you for joining me on this little tour, and hope to see you here someday in person.